Okay, so reading recommendations. I'm not gonna do the movie right now because there's one reading recommendations number one, and there's another movie I have to watch. So I'll do those both tomorrow. Tomorrow when I hopefully will get the books for this week from the library. So yeah, it was a 2 days streak. I was just thinking to myself, man, I really should have uploaded yesterday, but yesterday was Saturday. Wow, this weekend has felt long for whatever reason. Because Friday? No, not really. I guess it wouldn't even make any sense. All right, so reading recommendations. I'm gonna go to the only one I didn't like, and that's really not like I didn't hate it. It was more just I didn't think it was all that great. I never even finished it, so technically maybe I did hate it, but I didn't like it. Wasn't like excruciating, and I only stopped reading it because I was like I don't see myself finishing this or wanting to read the second volume or anything like that. And it's yet another one that I was gonna get at Newberry, and I'm glad I didn't. And there's a reason for why it was on sale, and that's Reaver Volume 1. I really hope, and this is Image too, so I really, really hope, because I can't return it now, even if I did find the receipt, which I probably will end up finding when it's too late. Well, it already is too late. But I really hope that Battle Chasers is a good book. I don't know why I got that. I really don't know why. Like, there was no upside to me getting it other than, oh, it's a complete series, and it got a 3.9 out of 5 on Goodreads. I don't know, but this one was just kind of stupid. It was Suicide Squad. It's Suicide Squad to the point where they had their own Harley Quinn, and this character is like really weird character. They kind of just I don't know. It was stupid. I didn't care about any of the other characters. They're all drawn kind of weird. Especially that the Harley Quinn person, the Skin Eater person. I don't know, everything just kind of seemed like, and it was almost kind of like too edgy, like, oh, we can do this now, so we're gonna do it, and I wouldn't really say that, I don't know, but that was the only one I didn't like. And it wasn't bad, it was just, it wasn't even that, well, it wasn't my thing or anything like that, it was just, okay. I kind of feel like it was I think the more I'm thinking of what exactly I hated about it, I mean, I can't really think of that. I couldn't really tell you that. But I think it's more just the fact that it was more just the fact. I think it's the fact that it's kind of a rough draft. It kind of feels like a rough draft, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the writer just isn't, and the writer is a not well known guy at all. Not well known. Is an unknown writer too, at least for me. Like I haven't heard of him before. I find it funny that his name is Justin Jordan. All right, so this one is dead. This one, why I said like that? I'm distracted. Like I don't know. But next up is Deadpool, the Dead Prisons one. I just got distracted. I heard noise. This one, this one was a reread, and like with the first time, I felt the same as I did the first time. It was kind of choppy. It was kind of like there was like the pacing was kind of slow at times, not like really slow, but I still enjoyed it. Like it was only choppy because I think it's the only way I can describe it how I felt about the book. It was definitely a book I looked forward to reading. Each time I wouldn't say obviously because you don't know. But you don't know. And I'm glad that I like with the next one I got the first 2 volumes in one go. However you would say that. And that one would be Paper Girls, and this one is just as good as the series. I'm really enjoying this one. This is Image at their best. I think I want to say this reinvigorated my love for Image. Because I was so disappointed with that. Did I put that one Chew? I think I did. Because Chew Volume 2, it rhymed. I just thought kind of was like, I was kind of getting sick of like, I don't know if I was getting sick of like that kind of story or that kind of like writing style or whatever. But I was like, oh, okay, this is all Image book's gonna be. I don't know. I still liked Chew Volume 2. In fact, I really hope I finished it. I think I did because I got volume 3. Um, at least I think I did. 'Cause I feel like that was 2 weeks ago, and it should be in by now. I should have gotten it last week. Should have gotten a bunch of books last week, and it never ended up getting any later that week, obviously. Um, yeah, this one was reinvigorated my love for Image, and it's why I keep getting Image books. But this is just like it's so damn good. It really reminds me of like it, and if I and the bits and pieces I've seen of the Goonies. I haven't like I'm surprised I haven't, but I've never seen the Goonies all the way through. But the bits and pieces that I have seen of Goonies, this is what it reminds me of. Yeah, it reminds me of all those 80s movies, like 80s monster movies with the kids, where it's like kids, and especially because, spoilers, mild spoilers, while we're not in the 80s at this point in time, the characters are from the 80s, they time travel. The next one up is, I just got like a it's a shit spewing fear or something like that. But I thought I saw like something fly by, and I thought it was the iPad saying you're out of storage. I don't know why that kept happening back then. Because I delete everything. I forgot to this time. I don't know. But next one up is The Wicked Into the Divine, and this one was a little choppy at the not choppy, a little slow at the end, and bits and pieces of that this volume reminded me of what I didn't like about the series from volume 2, which is the reason for why I got to volume 3, and back on that series is because, like with Wicked into Divine, Wicked into Divine, I like the first one a lot better than the second one. But this one is still a damn good series, and it just I feel like there's too much dialogue sometimes, and because the series is like one of those like confusing, you don't know what's going on at all. At least I hope you're not supposed to know what's going on. Not supposed to know. At least I hope that's what's going on. I'm not just stupid, but yeah, this one was kind of so because of that, the dialogue is just talking about stuff you don't know about, and like you're like, okay, why do we need to do this? And I feel like other issues didn't do that. Oh, and there was one thing. So one of the first 23rd issue. It was the first issue in this volume, so all I gotta do is just do this. Yeah. The 23rd issue is magazine, not comic, like in later issues. That really pissed me off. Like, that was like, it was lazy. They were trying to be like, we're not your average comic book. In fact, we're not your comic book at all. We can be a magazine now. And it served no purpose to the story. I completely, like, everything I read. Like, I probably could have if I had short-term memory loss, I would still be reading those. No, if I had short-term memory loss. If I didn't know any better. No, basically, what I'm trying to say is that issue was so forgettable. I could have read the same 2 pages 4 times over until I realized, hey, I'm reading the same 2 pages. It was stupid. It served no purpose. It was the most boring issue. It was the slowest issue of all time for anything I want to say for a comic. That was that amount of pages. And obviously, there's been longer issues of books that because they're longer issues, they felt a lot slower. But yeah, that one was just wow. Had there been more than one, I probably would have like just skipped it. Because that wouldn't have been enough for me to quit. That wouldn't have been enough for me to quit reading the book. And in fact, I probably could have just skipped it. I don't know. That was one thing that made me angry, but I almost forgot about it, so obviously it wasn't a lasting anger. I don't know how I could say that. Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. This is one of 2 of the Brian Azzarello books. And unlike a book I'll be getting into later on, coincidentally also DC, this is one that I'm glad I got from the library, because I didn't hate it, I just thought it was okay. The first issue was a standout. The second issue was really slow for whatever reason. The third issue was about the same pacing, and the 4th and 5th issues were just as good as the first. But even the first issue was it was good. The first issue was a standout. I almost want to say that I would say that the first issue was the best issue out of all these, without hesitation. Um, yeah, it was good. You know, I do recommend this one. Most of them, even Reaver, I recommend. Jessica Jones, I was so surprised when I found out that the next volume after this one is the last one in this series. Because I'm already sad to see this series go. Because this is the creative team from Alias, and it shows. Because it's just as good as Alias. It doesn't try and and one thing I did notice is that they did censor some of the language, the big language. And I want to say one was the S word, but they have uncensored. I don't know, but almost the F word didn't fit, because most of us do, I'm sure, is when you see a word censored in a comic book, you know, you knowing all the words by this point in your life, you kind of put them together, like, you know, is the F word? No. S word? No. C word? Maybe the C word. I don't know, but that's the one complaint I have with this, is that it is kind of censored, but that's only a complaint. It's not even a complaint at all. I don't know why I said that, but I wish I would allowed to do the max version of this, because that would have really benefited. Because you're censoring parts, things gonna fall. Like, you're censoring this part of the book, but you're not gonna censor. I don't know. That wasn't really a complaint. Again, I don't know why I even said it. But it wasn't as and I wouldn't say the Pulse was bad, but the Pulse one was it was Jessica Jones' Pulse. They label it as Pulse, and apparently the people that have some people there was one of the guy that was going over the solicitations. I guess it's gonna reprint. I don't know. And he had said, "Oh, that was a Daily Bugle book." I was like, "No, it was a Jessica Jones book." Is that how people remember it? Was that how it was? Was that what it was supposed to be? I mean, I don't know. But that Jessica Jones Pulse one was very it was PG-13 at Jessica Jones, like the watered down PG-13 version, but one that tried their damnedest to make it as close to the character as they could, and they did do a good job of it. It was just, again, a PG-13 watered down version of Jessica Jones. Okay, so Outcast Volume 2. I kept having to I don't know. For whatever reason, I thought this was Volume 3. And no, it wasn't. I didn't make the mistake of getting Volume 3 when I meant to get Volume 2. Like with Spider-Man, when I got Volume 4, I meant to get Volume 3. Not meant to get, just thought I was at that point in time. It didn't take long. I read the first issue and was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, oh, that's what's going on. I'm an idiot. But Outcast was super good. This is proof that Robert Kirkman isn't a one-trick pony with Walking Dead. I almost said Rocking Dead. With Walking Dead. His firepower is good, too, and Invincible. And from what I remember, I was really enjoying it. I gotta get on that one, because they had the next two on Prime Reading, and it's 2 slots I can take off once I finish that one, and of course the other ones. Yeah, this was just as good as the first. Not a lot to say about it. It was a damn good series. I highly recommend it. It's a horror comic, so if you're not into horror, obviously, it's a lot like The Exorcist. It basically is The Exorcist. I mean, not like so similar that you may as well. No, it's just it definitely takes inspiration from Exorcist, but in any comic book format. And this is the one that I really wish I had bought, and even though it's from Rogers Memorial Library themselves, so I can get it anytime I go there. And it's Batman Earth 1. This was probably the best one out of this whole pile that I read this week. I kid you not, I read this all in one sitting, basically. Took a couple breaks, again, it's a book length. I'm not used to doing that. But there's no parts that were slow, no parts that lagged. I was never like how lagged. I was never like, oh, come on, keep going, let's go. Like, this is getting slow. No, it was. I wouldn't say it was like fast paced. It was a good story, good writing. Jeff Johns is a powerhouse writer, and well, he has written some clunkers, and I think his clunkers, some stinkers. I think his most recent one, a lot of people said, is really, at least one person that I trust, that I follow, that made me not want to get it. Obviously, he said it wasn't good. like, I know you say, oh, it's just one person, but that person, like, it's your boy Zach. That's the guy who I watch. Um, he's the one that like I trust. Basically if he says a book is bad, don't get it. I won't get it. Except for Spider's Shadow. Spider's Shadow, I got before I knew it was. I got before I knew it was bad. And I did read the comments, and most of the comments were saying no, it's actually good. And they weren't insulting him, obviously. Teen Titans Volume 3. This one is the last volume in the Benjamin Percy run, and then it goes to a different run by a different person. And then that one it did not get good reviews on Goodreads. So this is gonna be the last Teen Titans Rebirth one that I read. And this one was pretty good too. There was one issue in particular that I was reading that had direct correlations to one of the Teen Titans episodes I watched right before. Because with this, I like to watch the original Teen Titans, or original, not the crappy, shitty Teen Titans Go one that should be exercised from TV. I don't know. I was going with that joke from reality, I guess. I don't know. But the original, like the 2003 one, I was not, I was 3 at the time, but still did not watch when I was a kid, because I was stupid. And didn't like to watch anything that wasn't SpongeBob, basically. Or like SpongeBob, like, it's fast-paced, I guess. It's really true. It's pretty true, the more I think about it. I know I'm saying it like that. I'm saying it so awkwardly. But yeah. This one was... Oh, so it's had direct correlations to the... So I watched the Teen Titans episodes before the comics to give me they want to read the comics, I don't know. And just so I can... if I want to read Teen Titans after, I can, I guess. I don't know why I say it so awkwardly. Let's just move on. Okay, Annihilation, Book 2. This one had a lot more, just people talking about stuff, like with, Global Frequency, and one of the ones I was just talking about, there was a lot of talk, Wicked and the Divine, like with those two, but more global frequency than Wicked and the Divine. There's people talking about stuff like in the world, like this techno babble, but like space babble about like realities, and I wouldn't even say it was about that. It was just stuff that I didn't care about, and there was a lot of that in that Ronin one, which I didn't like. So I'll go through this 3 series. Super Skrull was pretty good. Annihilation, Ronin was good. And Silver Surfer, I don't really remember that much on. But, I guess let's do Volume 3, because that's when we get into the actual Annihilation event. Tales from the Farm. This was yet another one that I probably could have read all in one sitting. I didn't, because I had other books to read, and I wanted to finish all the smaller, the skinnier ones that were only 6 or so issues. I wanted to finish those, not finish them, but get to my goal. There we go. Get to my goal that day. So I didn't read it all in one thing, but I could have. This was so damn good. This is a high recommendation. And I solicited Volume 2 when I was in the middle of the book, because I knew I wouldn't even care if it came in the next day. And I read that, and I finished this one. I had to go right to the second one to want to return them both or something. I don't know. The final one is Silver Surfer Parable. This is Stan Lee at his most, I wouldn't say his best. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's most what's the word? He goes against his he goes in the extra mile, I guess. I don't know. But he's going outside of his comfort zone. There we go. This is Stan Lee outside of his comfort zone. Because had I not known any better, hadn't they never known that it was by Stan Lee, I would be none the wiser. That's how good it was. Is that there's no Stan Lee tropes in this series. There were some, but not many. There was just one that I noticed, in him explaining and him having a lot of dialogue, technically too. Him having a lot of dialogue per panel, a bunch of dialogue per panel, in explaining what the character's doing. Like if he throws the gauntlet, he throws the gauntlet, yada yada yada. But it wasn't like how he does it in like Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, where he goes into detail. But this one was pretty damn good. I skipped the Enslavers one because I heard the Enslavers one was awful. It was 80 pages. I was like, hell no. I'm not reading 80 pages of crap. No. To be fair, no one said it was terrible. They just said it was okay, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That book was just the book I had in my bed. It wasn't the library. Yeah, all those. So I'll do a speed round. I should get into the habit of doing this. Because I like doing that at the end, so you guys know. Pretty bad. I would say it's pretty bad. It wasn't... I would give it like a 5 out of 10. Not a recommend for me, I guess. But like, for people that like, you know, if you like the same comics I like, not a recommend. Good. 7 out of 10. Really damn good. Okay. I would say. Not even okay. It was good. You know, solid book. Solid book. 10 out of 10 almost. I would say like 9.5 out of 10. Near perfect book. Also a near perfect book. Also a near perfect book. Good. Really good. Good. Decent. Near perfect. And really damn good. I wouldn't say Silver Surfer's near perfect because the pacing was pretty slow at times. When other times it was fast, it kind of slowed down sometimes. It's like going on a roller coaster, and the book is going, and then it just kind of stops. It's like, you know, goes and it goes. Not like super slow, but you notice it. That's it. 21 minutes. Wow. I was expecting it to be 13. Yeah, that's it.